Hi, I'm Captain Jason Kaza with KC1 Sportfishing, and I'm putting together a video for everyone to see how to use a light bite slide diver on wire. We've been using this technique now for 3 or 4 years with a great deal of success. As we roll into the video, I'll talk about a little bit more why we're doing it, but I wanted to show you with a couple pieces of string on how to tie the knot. And again, we've been using this for several years. It's essentially a foolproof method. So let's go ahead and we'll get started with a knot. And what it really is just an improved Albright knot. Right here I have a black string and a white string. Now the black string is going to signify the wire, and we use 30-pound 7-strand wire. The white string is going to signify a super line. We've used Power Pro for many years. Now we're using Suffix. They're both Spectra fiber. Highly recommend either one of those companies as far as for your super line. And we use it in the 80-pound variety. Again, it's 30-pound wire, 7-strand, and an 80-pound Spectra Suffix super line. And again, this is an Albright knot. So what we're going to do is fold your wire over, such as this black one. Fold the wire, or white rather, over, which is your super line, and they're gonna lay together about like so. Now I have to grab them in my hands. The knot is a little bit tricky. Once you get an idea on how to hold it with your fingers, everybody holds them just a little bit differently, but you got to hold everything somewhat taut. So you lay them across one another. I got to get a little bigger tag on the white string, which is again our super line. And what we're going to do is wrap the super line around the wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, it looks something like that at this point. Now where it becomes improved is we take the tag end of the super line of your Suffix and go once through the loop and then twice. We do it twice because the super line is very slippery and we don't want it to slide off of the wire. Now at this point we want to start teasing it down. What I mean by teasing it down, you're going to bring all these revolutions together, and this should show up really nicely with this string. So now they're starting to come together. All those revolutions are becoming this perfect honeycomb of a knot. Now I have to grab it with my fingers. I like to use my fingers to keep teasing this down. Just keep teasing it down. I'm going to keep that tag end up and out of the way. Now I'm partially there. You can see how this is becoming, I mean, nearly perfect honeycomb knot. And this will roll through. We use Telora wire rods with roller guides. It rolls right through the guides, no trouble. You know, granted, this is a much bigger knot than what you're actually going to have using the wire in super line. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up tight. So now, darn near perfect. And that's really it. That's all we're doing. 30 to 50 foot section of Power Pro or Suffix, and you'll get to see the rest of the setup when we roll to the video. You cut off your tag ends. That's it. The only thing that I do differently with a slide diver light bite is put the large diameter ring on it and a 4-ounce weight in it. It comes standard with a 3-ounce weight. We put the 4-ounce weight in it to get 50%, which means for every 2 feet of line that you let out, you're going to go down 1 foot. We found that to be very accurate. Occasionally we have to fish for trout in a tournament situation, and the diver has to be ticking the bottom, and we're darn close to that 50%, no matter what depth of water we are in, within reason. So let's go ahead and roll to the video, and you can see everything in action for yourself. Okay, what we're doing right now is we're going to do slide divers on wire. A lot of guys ask us about running slide divers. Well, that's all we use anymore. The big advantage to that is getting your bait away from the diver. And as clear as our water's getting anymore, we tend to catch more fish by having a 30 to 50 foot lead behind the diver. So between the bait and the diver, again, about 30 to 50 feet. Left hand's going to be your wire or stiffer line, and your right hand's going to be the more limber line. In this case, it's the 80-pound Power Pro. The 80-pound Power Pro is what you're going to be doing the wrapping with. And this is how we start. This is what it looks like. From this point, I'm going to wrap the 80-pound Power Pro around about 7 times, around everything. So it's around the Power Pro and around the 30-pound wire. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where it's improved is most Albright knots are 1 time through the loop, such as this, but we want to go twice because the Power Pro is slippery, or any other super line, such as Suffolk's. Then you want to tease by pulling the Power Pro, tease it down. And what I mean by teasing it, you're starting to make those revolutions, those 7 revolutions that come up against one another. I like to use my fingers to help tease everything together, keeping it nice and tight. And now I'm going to go ahead and pull it up slowly. So I have the tag end of the Power Pro in my right fingers, and I'm going to pull the left tag up of the wire in my left fingers. Now we have this perfect wound knot that will not come undone. We'll go ahead and trim the tag ends off. Good sharp pair of scissors works good on the Power Pro. So it does cut pretty hard. I use the same pair of scissors to cut the tag end off on the 30-pound wire. Now, the slide diver can slide up and down this 30 to 50 foot section of Power Pro. At the other end, we have the Power Pro going down to a bead. The bead is over the Power Pro, which helps the line kick out of the back arm to a ball bearing swivel, barrel swivel, to a clear snubber. Clear snubber we need to use because the Power Pro has no give, nor does the 30-pound wire. We like to use clear because, again, this presentation is meant for stealth. We feel that the clear tends to blend with the water rather than anything with color. At the other end of the snubber, we have a piece of 20 to 30 pound fluorocarbon, 3 to 4 feet long. This is probably just over 3 feet in this case, to our 11-inch Stinger Icy. And this one happens to have the Zenith at the back, made by Rapture Trolling Fly. So now that we're all set, we can send this out as you normally would, but in this case we're going to let out about 30 to 50 feet of Power Pro. We're going to keep pulling this out, not too fast, because we don't want non-snare line. Just keep pulling out. This one happens to have about 50 feet. Again, with our water clearing up, we really need to have more stealth presentation to capitalize on as many bites as we can. So we're about 50 feet back. Our stainless wire is here, 30-pound wire, Power Pro here, and the knot. I'm going to take the knot right up to the vinyl surgical tubing, lock the back arm in place. The back arm's in place, lock the front arm in place, hook our line in the rear, our Power Pro's in the rear arm. Now I'm going to wind that diver near the tip and reset.
Let me get a length here. Now what we're looking at here, here's your diver. Out here is your bait. We're looking at about 50 foot. So you're not going to get that with a conventional diver. So there we go. See, it's back there quite a ways. Now he's going to set that in the water just like any other diver and set it to the specified depth.
Now, when that diver trips, when you hit a fish, or if you happen to snag something, the Lite Bite's a perfect diving tool. It'll trip for you and let you know that you snagged something. But if you hit a fish, the diver will open up. Go ahead and open that for me, please. The diver is now going to slide down to the barrel swivel that we just talked about. Now we would be able to net the fish with no trouble.